You fall in love with the recording process because that's obviously a big part of...
Lynne created the sound of Electric Light Orchestra and produced some of rock's biggest albums. His work with the Traveling Wilburys, Tom Petty, George Harrison, and Roy Orbison proved his genius. Lynne plays guitar himself and understands the instrument from every angle. As a producer, songwriter, and guitarist, he knows what separates good players from true legends. His perspective is unique and valuable.
It was getting bigger and bigger, and it sort of almost got too big for my taste,
When Lynne revealed his 10 favorite guitarists, the music world paid attention. This was not just another fan listing random heroes. Lynne has worked with guitar legends and studied their techniques closely. His production style emphasizes perfect guitar tones and memorable parts that serve songs beautifully. Lynne looks for specific qualities in guitarists he admires most. Lynne values melody over speed every single time. He loves guitarists who think like composers and arrangers. Technical ability matters, but musical intelligence matters more. Lynne's choices reflect his belief that great guitar playing enhances songs rather than overwhelming them. His list includes obvious legends and some surprising selections that reveal his sophisticated understanding of guitar artistry. 10. Duane Eddy. Duane Eddy created instrumental rock and roll with his deep, twangy guitar sound. His hits like Rebel Rouser and Peter Gunn showcased a completely original approach to electric guitar. Eddy played simple melodies on the bass strings of his Gretsch guitar, creating a dark, mysterious sound. Lynne loved how Eddy made minimalism sound dramatic and exciting.
Yes, and he's ever so sweet. He's a lovely guy, and he really enjoys having it said to him.
Eddy's use of tremolo and reverb influenced countless guitarists and producers. His guitar tone was instantly recognizable after just 2 notes. Lynne appreciated how Eddy understood that production and tone were as important as the notes themselves. Eddy never played complicated solos or showed off technical skills. He created memorable melodies that stuck in listeners' heads forever. What made Eddy special was his focus on atmosphere and mood. His instrumentals told stories without words. Lynne reportedly said Eddy proved that simplicity and great tone beat complexity every time. Eddy's influence spread across rock, country, and surf music. His approach taught Lynne valuable lessons about how production enhances guitar performance. 9. Hank Marvin. Hank Marvin and the Shadows dominated British instrumental rock before the Beatles changed everything. Marvin's clean, precise playing style influenced an entire generation of British guitarists. His red Fender Stratocaster became iconic in England.
It was hard, but a lot of them were just obvious to me because they were always stuck in my mind from when I was a kid,
Lynne grew up listening to Shadows records and learning Marvin's melodic approach to lead guitar. Marvin showed young British players what was possible. Marvin's playing on Apache, FBI, and Wonderful Land demonstrated perfect technique and beautiful phrasing. His tone was crystal clear with just the right amount of echo. Marvin used his Stratocaster's tremolo arm expressively, adding emotion to simple melodies. Lynne loved how Marvin made instrumental guitar accessible and exciting to mainstream audiences. What separated Marvin from other players was his classical music training combined with rock and roll energy. He thought in terms of composition and arrangement. Lynne allegedly praised Marvin as the guitarist who made British rock possible. Marvin's influence on guitarists like Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Mark Knopfler cannot be overstated. His Shadows records were the blueprint for British guitar music. 8. Chet Atkins. Chet Atkins mastered fingerstyle guitar and created the Nashville sound that dominated country music. His technique allowed him to play bass lines, chords, and melodies simultaneously on one guitar. Lynne studied Atkins' records carefully, amazed by his precision and musical intelligence.
And it's absolutely wonderful. The buildings they've got to play in are just superb. I mean, that is alongside any.
Atkins could play any style from country to jazz to classical music perfectly. Atkins recorded hundreds of albums showcasing incredible versatility and taste. His Gretsch signature guitars produced warm, clear tones that became the standard for country music. Lynn appreciated how Atkins never stopped learning and experimenting throughout his career. Atkins produced records for other artists while maintaining his own performing schedule, showing complete dedication to music. What impressed Lynn most was Atkins's generosity as a mentor and his sophisticated harmonic knowledge. Atkins understood jazz chord voicings and used them in country contexts. Lynn reportedly stated that Atkins combined technical perfection with pure musical taste. Atkins influenced guitarists across all genres, not just country music. His approach showed that guitar could be a complete orchestra in skilled hands. 7. James Burton. James Burton became the most requested session guitarist in rock and country music. His work with Ricky Nelson, Elvis Presley, and countless others established Burton as the gold standard for professional guitar playing. Lynn admired Burton's ability to create perfect parts for any musical situation.
Yeah. It'll be completely different, I hope, because I don't like to get into a rut, when I'm doing songs.
Burton never imposed his ego on recordings. He served songs brilliantly. Burton's Telecaster technique combined country chicken picking with rock and roll attitude. His bending and fast, clean runs influenced generations of players. Burton could play blazing solos or subtle rhythm parts with equal mastery. Lynn noticed how Burton always made singers sound better without competing for attention. Burton understood that great guitar playing supports the entire musical arrangement. What made Burton irreplaceable was his instantly recognizable tone and phrasing. 3 notes revealed Burton's identity immediately. Lynn allegedly called Burton the perfect professional guitarist who never played a wrong note. Burton's red Paisley Telecaster became one of rock's most famous instruments. His work represents the ideal balance between technical skill and musical intelligence that Lynn values above everything else. 6. Brian May. Brian May built his own guitar and created one of rock's most distinctive sounds. May's homemade red special guitar combined with his layered approach produced massive orchestral tones. Lynn deeply admired May's production techniques and his complete originality.
It was always very sweet that he really did love Bob.
Queen's guitar sound was instantly recognizable as Brian May, showing true musical individuality. May recorded multiple guitar parts that harmonized like vocal choirs. His solo on Bohemian Rhapsody built from delicate picking to explosive power gradually. May used a British sixpence coin as a pick, creating his unique attack and tone. Lynn loved how May thought beyond standard rock guitar approaches. May treated the guitar like an orchestra section. What made May special was his combination of technical skill, songwriting ability, and sonic innovation. May composed anthems like "We Will Rock You" that were simple yet powerful. Lynn reportedly praised May's dedication to creating unique sounds without following trends. May's work with Queen influenced rock, metal, and progressive music equally. His homemade guitar proved that individual vision creates individual sound. 5. Roy Orbison. Roy Orbison is remembered for his incredible voice, but few people know he was a brilliant guitarist. Orbison played all the guitar parts on his early hits himself. Lynn worked closely with Orbison in the Traveling Wilburys and discovered his hidden guitar genius. Orbison's rhythm playing was sophisticated, and his solos were melodically perfect. Orbison's guitar work on songs like "Oh, Pretty Woman" and "Only the Lonely" showcased his understated brilliance. He never overplayed or drew attention away from his vocals. Orbison understood how guitar parts should support and enhance singing. Lynn appreciated Orbison's complete musicianship and his ability to arrange entire songs in his head. 4. George Harrison. George Harrison became one of Jeff Lynne's closest friends and collaborators. Their musical partnership produced some of rock's most beautiful moments.
Take my smile and my heart, they were yours from the start.
Harrison approached guitar as spiritual practice rather than ego display. Every note carried meaning and intention. Lynn witnessed Harrison's genius firsthand on countless recording sessions and learned enormously from watching him work. What made Harrison irreplaceable was his spiritual approach to creating music. He viewed guitar playing as meditation and service to the song. Lynn allegedly said Harrison had the purest musical heart of any guitarist alive. Harrison's slide guitar work created new vocabulary for rock music. His influence came from perfect taste and impeccable timing rather than technical showmanship. Working with Harrison changed Lynn's life and music forever. 3. Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry created the entire language of rock and roll guitar.
Somebody take away my blues. She don't love me here, I'm singing in the sun.
Every rock guitarist who came after Berry uses vocabulary he invented in the 1950s. Lynn recognized Berry as the foundation of everything rock guitar became. Berry combined songwriting genius, showmanship, rhythm playing, and lead guitar into one complete revolutionary package. Berry's introductions to Johnny B. Good and Roll Over Beethoven are among music's most famous guitar moments. His double-string bending technique became standard for all rock guitarists. Berry's rhythm playing drove songs forward with unstoppable energy. His duckwalk made guitar playing visually exciting. Lynn studied Berry's records obsessively as a young musician. What elevated Berry above most others was his completeness as an artist. He wrote brilliant songs, sang them, played revolutionary guitar, and created the rock and roll persona. Lynn reportedly stated that Berry invented the blueprint every rock guitarist follows. Berry's Gibson ES 355 produced a clear, cutting tone that defined rock sound. Every guitarist owes Berry an enormous debt for creating the foundation. 2. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix exploded every rule about electric guitar in just 3 years of recording. His innovation exceeded what most guitarists achieve in their entire lifetimes. Lynn studied Hendrix extensively, trying to understand his harmonic concepts, rhythmic ideas, and sonic experiments. Hendrix reimagined the entire instrument from the ground up with complete originality. Hendrix's performances at Monterey and Woodstock showed that guitar could be theater, art, and transcendent music simultaneously. Songs like Purple Haze and Voodoo Child pushed electric guitar into territories nobody imagined before. Hendrix used feedback, distortion, and effects as compositional tools. Lynn appreciated how Hendrix combined blues feeling with psychedelic experimentation seamlessly. What made Hendrix unrepeatable was his combination of technical mastery and pure artistic vision. He played upside-down Stratocasters strung backwards, creating unique fingering possibilities. 1. Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly revolutionized rock and roll guitar in just 18 months of recording. His work created the template for every rock band that followed. Lynn places Holly at number 1 because Holly combined songwriting genius, innovative guitar playing, and complete musical vision. Holly didn't just play guitar. He showed the world how guitar, bass, and drums could work together as a complete unit. Holly's rhythm playing on songs like Peggy Sue and That'll Be the Day drove the music with incredible energy. His Fender Stratocaster became the iconic rock guitar. Holly used studio techniques like double tracking that influenced the Beatles and everyone after. Lynn studied Holly obsessively and credited him as his biggest influence. What made Holly irreplaceable was his complete approach to making records. He wrote, sang, played guitar, and produced his own material. Lynn allegedly stated that Holly created the modern rock band format. Holly's death at 22 robbed music of its greatest young genius. His influence on Lynn and ELO was absolutely profound and permanent. Jeff Lynne's list proves that melody, taste, and serving the song matter most. These guitarists created memorable music that lasts forever, not just impressive technical displays. What do you think about the Beatles as number 1? Share your favorite guitarist in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe for more music history and guitar legends content.